lovies, it is I, yours truly, Lisa B, Lisa Bling, Lisa Sweet Melody B, coming back at you with a follow-up review on this particular wig from Mega Look. Okay, so as I told you, I wasn't too happy when I first took it out of the bag. It was extremely dry, and I didn't really go into too many details at that time because I was kind of sleepy and ready for bed. On their website, it's called a 5x5 HD lace wig, balayage, loose wave, highlight blonde human hair wig with 180% density. And I went for the Gusto. I went for the 30-inch, which, you know, it costs more, but at the same time, you know, I love length. So if you're one that's into length, then definitely you would want to, you know, you're going to go for it as long as you can get it. And then you can cut it down to whatever, you know, you want it to be. So let's start off with the 5x5. Yes, that's this part here, 5x5, 5 inches by 5 inches. That's how much you get all in the crown. What the positive I liked about it is because it is one of the wigs that you can literally just put on. But there's a thing about this wig. It's smaller. It's kind of like for someone who's got a small head. But if you can make it work if you use the combs and you place it strategically and stuff like that. As you can see, that's what I've done. The lace that I showed you last night is kind of like you could use for powdering. So if you're a beautiful ebony skin queen, I'm so jelly. But I'm just saying that, you know, you can put the powder to match your skin tone, and there's that. But it's really not, to me, that transparent. I mean, my camera's giving it more justice than it deserves at times. But for beginners, this is a great wig to start off with. It is not, I repeat, not 180% density. At best, you're at 130, maybe barely kissing 150 with the density. 180% density, you're gonna get a nice thick wig. You know, most people actually don't really need that much because it's a lot of volume, and it is what do you call it? It is, yeah, definitely a lot of volume, bigger than what would naturally grow out of a person's head most times. But I mean, if you're going for a dramatic look is just that. So, you know, but I didn't pick it for the density. So if you're looking for 180% density, be prepared to be disappointed. Don't buy this wig. The other part of it is that it says highlight human hair wig. It's balayage loose. No, it is not a balayage. The balayage has that gradual, you know, like what you saw with the Love Me hair. And Love Me hair even kind of does a better balayage. But this does not reflect balayage. It literally was that, you know, I'm sure that the weft that they got, the grade of hair has to be below an 8. This isn't even grade 8 hair. It feels almost wiry at times, but it's, if you work with it can feel, you know, soft. It can, but it's not something coming out of the packet that like you need to get excited about and stuff. And there is an incredible amount of shedding as well. That is another thing too. If you're not into shedding and having to deal with that, that's kind of like when you're first starting out and you don't know, you know. And I'm giving basically why I purchased this wig is because I purchased from Mega Look before, and I forgot what kind of experience that I had with them because I was just starting out. I wasn't doing reviews. I was just wearing wigs and trying out, you know, where I could try to get a decent wig for that I wanted for a lower amount of money. But I found a better medium price point with Love Me hair, and their hair has also improved as well. but they weren't really doing colored wigs, and that's where I loved Freedom Couture. But I don't have Freedom Couture money, and in no time soon am I going to be able to be sponsored by Freedom Couture, if ever at all. Matter of fact, I don't think at all, you know. So the thing is that with those wigs, those are like dream wigs. You know, if I win the lottery, you know, I'm definitely going to hit them up, or if I decide to save for many years, you know. But I just don't think that spending, if the wig that you want costs more than a car payment, more than 2 car payments, it's not worth it to me, because there's a lot of things out there, and if you really want, you can, you know, learn and get yourself a wig and highlight it yourself, or find a trusted person to do your wig for you. But I will give them that they are probably top notch with the way that the wigs are. It's just the expensive price point, you know, and I think that's how these other wig companies are coming up, because they see that we want more than just wearing our hair long, or, you know, with the styles, we actually want color too. So, you know, they're doing it at a point with their type of hair, because Love Me Hair is not that great when it comes to coloring hair, but they're getting better. So Freedom Couture has a lot to worry about with that at some point, just because they're able to sell the wigs and also give and supply color, and then, you know, and then still keep it affordable. So, you know, and eventually it always catches up with you. But this week, what I did to improve it was I washed it. For one, I give it a nice wash. I used Dream Length shampoo, and then I also used a blue mask for bringing down the brassiness. I believe that they had used a very cheap weft, you know, probably with grade 6A. So I don't see this lasting very long unless I really do everything, my due diligence, to keep it as pretty as I can make it. So I toned down the brass so that it could look more real, you know, and less processed. But I think because the hair is probably so dry, because it's gone through a lot of dyeing. And of course, with most wigs, there's a smell, the wig smell. So that you can remedy with, you know, essential oils and such, that, you know, you can soak it in them. And that's what I've done. And I've had no problems with mine, you know, but whatever works for you. But there's that. This time I didn't use any essential oils. I just used, as I'm telling you, the mask, and then the hair shampoo, and then the mask, and then after that I conditioned it, and then I went on ahead and conditioned with one more leave-in conditioner. This is I use it on everything. I use it on my natural hair as well. I made sure to just damp dry, and at that I put I have a dryer head, and it's very peculiar, but it actually gets the job done, and dried the hair and just slowly dried it, and it works. I don't know if you've seen one before, but I'll show you right now. So if you laugh, I don't blame you. I got this blow dryer head, and yes, as silly as it looks, it works wonders for drying your wig. Inside, let me see if I can get it to come out. Inside, I have these straps. They go on under here, and then you clip it to your wig, and it holds the wig down secure. And you stick the blow dryer in there, and then the blow dryer will, you know, you turn it on, and all the air comes out of these holes, just like, you know, a seated blow dryer for us, you know. So, but this is definitely worth it. I was hoping that this existed, and it does. I never seen anybody work with one of these on here, so you know, maybe there are some tutorials where they show that these exist, but I've never seen one. But the fun wonders you will find when you randomly search things on Amazon, because that's where I got it, and it was about 40 bucks, but it's definitely worth it. I had to return something, so it was nothing. Basically just an exchange. That being said, to summarize everything, if you want to work with Megalook, be prepared for disappointment first. You might find that it turns out okay, but also know that the grade of hair they're using is probably more than likely not quality hair. The hair you want to shoot for is anything above a 6, so 8, 9, A, preferably. You know, that will come at a cost, but it'll definitely be a longer longevity type wig. But these can be lovingly cared for, and if you're up for it and you don't mind putting in a little bit of work, you will end up with a beautiful colored wig. And you know, I like this. It's not balayage at all. It is not. It is just like if you went and purchased some wigs, wefts, and the weft had some blonde streak, then it was like a bumblebee almost, you know, like blonde streak, dark brown black streak, blonde streak, dark brown black streak. It literally was like individualized going across the board, and so when it mixed together, it didn't mesh well until I, you know, toned it down a bit and gave it some love. So hopefully, if you're making a decision on whether using Megalook as a choice over other competing hair vendors, this is my review for that. There is no sponsorship in this. This is a personal review that I've had. I just like to share my experience so that maybe it might be a little bit easier for someone out there who is also trying to make the purchase. That being said, you have a wonderful night. Stay beautiful, and thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I know you've seen this on me. You are going to look even more stunning in it if you're willing to put in the work. Thank you.